Step number 1, we're going to secure the vehicle. Put the wheel block in front of the tire. Make sure your parking brakes are on. Step number 2, we're going to test the low air pressure warning device. We have 2 gauges. Turn on the engine. Make sure air pressure is over 90 psi. Start pumping the brake pedal, reducing the air pressure, and see when light comes on. Light came on around 80 psi, which is fine. If it comes on below 55, vehicle defective. Step number 3, we will build up the air pressure from 85 psi to 100 psi. First, reduce the air pressure to 80. Start timing from 85 psi to 100 psi. And your engine RPM should be running between 600 to 900 RPM. It's 100 and we took 26 seconds. If it takes more than 2 minutes, vehicle defective. Step number 4, air compressor governor setting. We will build up the air pressure to its maximum, and we will hear the sound when our air pressure reaches at the maximum. We have the sound, it's around 145 psi, it's fine. If it's over 135, vehicle defective, and this is our cut out. Now we will do our cut in, reduce the air pressure to 20 to 25 psi down, which is almost around like 105. Wait for a moment. We notice needle start moving up. That means our cut in is 105 is good. If it's below 80 psi, vehicle defective. Now we will conduct the test number 5, which is air loss rate. First, you have to release your parking brakes. Both brakes released. And make sure your air pressure is maximum. Now we hold the service brake for 1 minute. And we shut off the engine. And you will keep an eye on your gauges. If you have a single vehicle, you could lose up to 3 psi. If you have 2 vehicle, combination of vehicle, you could lose up to 4 psi, over 4 psi, or over 3 psi for single vehicle. In 1 minute, vehicle defective. So it's almost 1 minute, and we lost 1 or 2 psi, which is fine. If it's over 4 psi, vehicle defective. And if it's single vehicle, you lose more than 3 psi, vehicle defective. Step number 6, we will test the automatic application of the trailer brakes. We will pull the trailer air supply and we heard the exhaust. If you hear the exhaust, it's good. If you don't hear the exhaust, vehicle defective. Number 7 steps, we're going to test the tractor protection valve. Make sure your tractor supply valve is down and trailer is out. And you will go down and you remove this blue service line. Bring near to the cap, and then you apply the service brake. If you hear the sound coming from the blue line, that means vehicle defective. If no sound, that's good. Now you put the blue line back. Make sure it's connected properly. We will do the step number 8, which we're going to test our spring brakes. Turn on the engine. Make sure your air pressure is already over 100 psi. If our tractor brake is released and red is on, apply. That means we are testing our trailer spring brake. Put in the gear. Try gently release the clutch and see if vehicle moves. Vehicle didn't move, that means trailer spring brake is working. Now you test your tractor. Apply the tractor, release the trailer. Same procedure. Vehicle is not moving, it's good. If it moves, spring brakes are defective. Now we will do the step number 9, drain the air tanks. Make sure your air pressure is over 100, engine off. We will locate our supply tank by looking at the gauges. We know we have one for the front, secondary, or for the primary. We drain the air tanks. We have 3 air tanks. Drain the first air tanks. We go back in the cab. We notice like no needles moving. I mean, that's our supply tank. And now we drain the other 2 tanks to see we have clear discharge. We have no water, no sludge, and all drain valves are working. If they are not working, vehicle defective. Step number 10, we will do the brake, inspect the brake adjustment. We make sure we have proper tools to identify what size of chamber, what type of chamber, brake chamber, and also we have chalk and we have a measuring tape. So we will adopt the procedure, mark and measure, and we will inspect our service brake on the front, on the left side. We turn on the engine. We turn the wheel on the left side. We release our tractor and trailer spring brakes in case if you are inspecting the rear spring brake chambers. Make sure your air pressure is around 100, over 100. Shut off the engine. We open the hood. We will go out. We will use our measuring tool to identify what size of brake chamber is and what type of. So we pull these 3 peaks on the clamp. And we notice our brake chamber size is 20. We look at the back. Size 20, adjustment limit is 1 inch and 3/4. And we have to identify what type of chamber. It's round port. It's not square. There's no tag on the chamber. No marking. That means it's 20 standard. And the adjustment limit for the push rod is 1 inch and 3/4. We will take the chalk. We'll mark at the push rod. And then we will apply the service brake, and we will see how much push rod travels out. We can use this tool, clamp, to apply the service brake. Fully applied, and make sure your air pressure must be between 90 and 100 psi. Now we will inspect our push rod using with a measuring tape, and we will see how much push rod travels out. We notice it came only 1 inch, which is good. If it comes on more than 1 inch and 3/4, vehicle is defective, because our maximum limit was 1 inch and 3/4 for size 20 type standard. And the last step is demonstrate knowledge of defective vehicle condition. You will mention to the examiner if there is any defect in the vehicle, in the air brake system. I will report to the owner, and vehicle is prohibited. It won't go on the road. So that's your air brake practical test.